After purchasing a new project car from auction and looking at the damage, it didn't seem that bad to start with, and I thought this would be a relatively quick flip. After all, it was a category N. So I give the car a good clean, and it started to reveal some hidden damage that wasn't in the auction pictures. The car had really bad run marks and oversprays on the doors, so I decided to crack on and to strip all the panels off and see how bad the damage was underneath. It needed a new crash bar and a new rear bumper. It needed a new wing because the old one was just full of orange peel. The doors were full of orange peel and they just so badly filled, there was just no point trying to get them repaired. So I just replaced all the badly sprayed parts with new. All these parts were extra and I didn't budget for it. To be honest, I'm so glad I replaced all these parts. The colour match was perfect and it didn't have to make a massive difference to the car. Then it was time to crack on with the front end, taking off the old damaged slam panel. We replaced the bonnet, we've put new headlights in, new bumper, and then we had a problem with the speedo wasn't displaying properly, and we sorted that as well. We finally got ourselves a new scuttle panel. It's taken a while to chase one of these down. I managed to bag that for 20 quid. So hopefully that'll make a good seal on the windscreen and stop the water running down into the spark plugs. It looks like it's a common problem with these Fiestas that this part splits and water does run down in between. Because I've been trying to chase one of them for ages and it just everyone I've tried to pick up has been broken, but this is in good condition. It's all still intact, just need to clean it up. I want to clean the surface there, clean the windscreen, give it a good wipe down, and then we can fit that. Oh, that took some potching to get right. It's now sitting in place, all nice and tidy. So what I've got to do now is clip it in at the bottom, fit it and fit the wipers. That's better. All nice and sealed now, so hopefully it shouldn't leak down behind the scuttle panel and onto the engine. The next thing we need to do now is change the oil filter, air filter, pollen filter, and change the oil. And I've also got spark plugs. So what I'm doing now is I'm just warming up the engine for the oil to circulate and get a nice and free flowing, so when I drop the oil it's going to come straight out nice and easy. And we're going to change the oil, change the spark plugs, change the oil filter and air filter, and I think I've got a pollen filter too. That's well overdue, I would imagine. A nice little service to set the car on its way, and then it's basically we're going to crack on with the inside, because the inside is absolutely mortifying. I've hired the engine up so I can get underneath the car to get to that sump plug. Hopefully all the oil will drain out of it. I might have to lower it back down a little bit. Sounds a nice sweet little engine, to be fair. I'm not going to do the timing belt on this, only because there's not a great deal in the budget for it. I haven't got the tools for it, It means I have to buy the tools, buy the timing belt, water pump and all the other bits. If the new owner wants it done, I will do it, but it'll probably cost more on top for peace of mind for them, but I'm going to service it anyway. But if they want it done, I'm going to add it to the price if they want it. That's only if they want it. They can go somewhere else and do it themselves if they want. Like I said, sometimes you can't justify doing all the work to it because it's just not enough money on it. I've got to be really careful and sensible how I do things from now on. The sump plug is there. I understand that the engine's at an angle, so a lot of the oil will be sitting this end and won't come out, so I'll have to lower the car down so it's slightly level for all the oil to come out. But this is only for me just to get underneath it. Right, the car's back down now level, so all the oil is draining out. While the oil is draining out, you're going to crack on and do this air filter. It's not as bad as what I thought it'd be. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that'd be a lot worse. So that's the old one, that's the new one. Not too bad. Okay, the next thing to do while the oil is still draining is the spark plugs. I like to change the spark plugs depending on the mileage, but I would imagine these are probably have never been changed or they due for another change. So most people just do the oil air filters. I like to do the spark plugs as well. So that's the next job on the list while the oil is still draining. To be fair, they don't look that bad, but like I said, we're going to change them anyway. To get the oil filter off, I'm going to be using this tool. It's really good, it's adjustable, and it just, what you do, it just clips over the top of it, and then when you turn it, it tightens and then it'll twist off. Really good tool. I've got two different sizes. This one is for the bigger ones. Same principle, but we're going to be using this one today. This one is 63 to 103 mil and 3/8, so 1/2 inch square drive on it. So let's take the oil filter off. Gotta be honest, that oil is pretty dirty, so it's probably well do an oil change. Now I think this 1.2 engine takes, I think it's like 4.1 or 4.3, but litres. But I'm just going to put in and measure off a dipstick anyway. You'll never put as much as what it says because the engine has still got a little bit of oil in it. We'll give that 2 minutes to settle down and then we'll test it again. If you look at that, well, you can see that, guys. Yeah, you probably can't see it. It's just above the half. It's just there. So happy days, and it's nice and clean. Okay, I'm going to start them up now and check for any leaks. What I want to do now is change the pollen filter, so we need to get the car out and look on the driver's side footwell, and that's where it goes in. So the pollen filter is under here, should be. Looks like someone can't be bothered to put the clips back. So this should now, in theory, clip off. And it is in there. So it's Torx, 2 Torxes, I think, and then out that pops. But as you can see, this car is absolutely filthy. This is part of what would be a car mat. But whoever owned this car was a heavy smoker, so everything is heavily ingrained and it does absolutely stink. So we're going to have our work cut out cleaning this, but hopefully we'll get it to a really nice standard. It's a shame about the few smoke holes, but it doesn't matter, it's going to be a cheap car anyway. To be fair, that's not that bad. It is due a change, but I've seen a hell of a lot worse. I have noticed a little rattle under here. Listen to that. I see shield rattling on the exhaust. So I'll have a little look at that. Just show you this. Look there. It's come away from the bolt, so I'm just going to put a new washer and a bolt over that. Should hold it in place. I've done that now, so that's solid, it's not moving anywhere, so that's done. What's this?
Just remember, if you are going to remove the seats, disconnect the battery first. Remember, there's always airbag plugs and heated seats and things like that need to be disconnected, and just remember how they go back. Always take a picture if it helps.
So as you can see, this is why I like to take the seats out, because you can really get in there. There's no way you'd be able to clean it with all that underneath the seats. So we're going to clean the carpets, clean the back seats. So these back seats are bogging as well. The guy or the person who used this car was a heavy smoker. So, but this was underneath the seat. It's like a Walkman kind of thing. So I was underneath the seat. So it's just a case of just emptying everything and giving it a good hoover first.
Now we're on the next stage where we are focusing on all the lights. I've noticed there's a light out on the number plate, so we're going to sort that out, ready for the MOT.
So it's over, it's done, car's finished, it's come up well nice. All the seats have been cleaned. I didn't want to go through all the cleaning process because you've seen me clean the car previously. They've had new car mats, they've had a good valet, the seats have been cleaned, inside and out's been cleaned. It's all nice and clean, smells really fresh in there now. A lot of the paintwork's been corrected. This car has been serviced, so it's finished. That's all that's left now is for it to have an MOT. I can't see being any issues. I've got to change the bulb on the back for the brake light's not working. I've already done the number plate light, and then it's ready to be booked in for an MOT, and that is it. It's all done. I have got someone that's interested in this car already, so they want to have first refusal on it. Hopefully they will buy it and it'll be sold before I've even listed it. Well, I'm just shocked if that does happen because it never happens to me. Just goes to show, if you buy the right cars, they will sell. I've learned a lesson. This car would have been fixed over a weekend if it weren't for the extra damage I had to repair. But it's turned out a good car. A lot of you said, scrap the car, put it back into auction as a money pit. you'd be surprised, guys, what you can actually turn around when you put your mind to it. I've replaced nearly every panel on this car. Dents and chips here and there. It's not 100% perfect, but with 77,000 miles on the clock, with a brand new MOT, 1.2 petrol, it's gotta be worth at least 3.7, 3.9, exactly what you guys were saying. And some of you even said up to the 4.2. So if it was perfect, I would probably say that. But I think 3.7 is a good starting price for this car. So that's how much it'll probably be up for. And then if the person who buys it wants the water pump timing belt done, I'm happy to do it. It's just obviously it's going to cost a bit more. Taken around the block a few times, drove it. It drives absolutely beautiful. To be fair, it's a nice little car. So it's a cracking little car for someone who's just passed the test and learning to drive. It's 5 doors, so it's ideal for a family. It ticks all the boxes, and it's only £30 a year to tax. What more can you ask for? Cracking little car for someone. So that is probably going to be the last video on this Fiesta project. As you can see, the garage is going to be empty.
Over in the corner, the Transit's sold. It sold the other day. I managed to get about 650 quid for it, so it's a loss, but it's still paid for the parts for the Fiesta. So the Audi is going to be going into the garage next, and we're going to look at that clutch. I've never done a clutch on one of these. I've done the Audi A1, but this is totally different. We've also got a prop shaft and things to move out, so it's going to be really difficult, but I'm going to give it a try. So in the meantime, the car is now sold. The car passed its MOT, the Fiesta, with flying colours, no advisories, perfect condition, just what I expected. The guy that's bought the car has viewed the car on the channel and seen how well it's been put together, and he's well happy with it, and he bought it straight away. So as soon as I MOT'd it, I rang him and said, look, it's MOT, do you want to come have a look at it before I list it? He's come and looked at it, test drove it, absolutely loves it, and it's gone. So that's never happened to me before. The car is selling a car before I've even listed it. Fantastic news, and I will be looking now for something else for the channel. Just have to bear with me while I search around. Obviously I don't want to be rushing into anything because we need to keep our costs low. So that is it for the channel at the moment. The Fiesta project's done. So if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and follow me on reviving_salvage on Instagram. Catch you all in a bit for whatever project we're doing next.